Good morning and welcome back to the channel. This is a new series that we're trying to put together called Mark's Monday Mornings or something along those lines. It's where I'm going to either have a rant, a moan, or just a chat about whatever is going on in the news. So thanks for joining us. I've got my first cup of tea of the day. Great Yorkshire tea, best thing on the market. So what have I got for you guys today? Scotland recently announced that they want to bring in a voluntary tax for motorhomes. Well, do you want to hear the news now? The Isle of Skye wants to tax you and your motorhome by using number plate recognition or by tolls for you to cross the bridge. So there's going to be a new tax in Scotland for motorhomes, and this is not a voluntary tax. This is an enforceable tax that they want to charge us basically to go visit Scotland. So yeah, I'll put the link in the description where you can read about this. I certainly won't be paying it, and I think if they want to bring in a tax where they charge us to go across to Skye, Arran and Arras, I mean, the charges going across to Harris and Arran are already stupid money. I think they're about £100 to get your van across, maybe more. If you know what the costs are, again, put it in the comments below. But I know that they are extortionate. I looked at it a little while back about going over there, and that they were more than what I was willing to pay. So how they expect us to keep paying these extortionate taxes? And to me, if we start paying taxes to go across to Skye, we'll also be paying taxes to drive on our normal roads. So that's where this is all going, I think. All these little cameras that are going up all over the place, these little yellow cameras, they're not just to monitor traffic or to monitor speeding. These cameras are the beginning of number plate recognition and road charging. I can tell you that now. So let me give you a little bit of interesting information about the Skye Bridge. The Skye Bridge was, well, the construction started in 1992 and it was finally finished in 1995. The British government didn't want to pay for the construction of the bridge, so it was licensed to a private company. So there was tolls on the bridge. Locals on Skye didn't want to pay these extortionate tolls, so they protested, and the Scottish Parliament bought out the bridge, so they didn't have to pay for the tolls. That took place in 2004, October 2004. And now the Scottish government or Parliament want to bring back tolls for camper vans. How is that right? Anyway, yeah, so councillors are proposing that they charge us to go to Isle of Skye in our motorhomes. Well, if they're going to do that, I hope you're going to bring in a tax to charge them when they come to the mainland. That's all I can say on this matter. So yeah, have a read of that. Tell us what you think. And this is not, before you tell me, oh yeah, this is the voluntary tax. It's not the voluntary tax. This is a separate tax that they want to bring in for this. So what else is in the news? My van passed the MOT. It's got its new MOT for another year, so you're stuck with me for another year at least, or maybe for the next 6 or so episodes. See how they go. Yeah, my van got its MOT, no problems whatsoever. I've renewed my tax for a year, which was £345, extortionate for these lumpy bumpy roads that we drive on. There seems to be more potholes than roads nowadays. So again, what do you think about that? I don't know what you pay for your tax. Is it the same for a van with windows as it is? I don't think it is. I think Sue pays less than me. I don't know why motorhomes, both being 3.5 tonne, pay a different tax. But if it is, then again, tell us in the comments what you pay for your vans. If you're not from England, by the way, in England we pay something called a road tax, which is to allow us to drive on the roads. And I don't know why we pay this tax, because they don't fix the roads. They just seem to leave potholes the size of like buckets in the roads, and we're supposed to put up with that. Me van insurance came round again for another year. That was £847, I think it was, and I struggled this year to find someone to insure me, simply because the value of the motorhome. Motorhomes of this sort of age and model are all sort of around the same sort of value, so I don't see why I would have had any issues with the value of the motorhome. I didn't overprice it. In fact, I've dropped it way below the market value to get it insured. So what else is there? MOT. My van got its MOT for another year. That's all over and done with. No worries there. I'd like to ask you guys to help me out here, and that is that I'm looking for either a Wi-Fi camera or a Bluetooth camera to put on Sue's van. Now I want something really simple, hopefully without a monitor, that she can connect to a mobile phone via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Now this has to be able to connect to the phone without the use of a connection to a mobile broadband provider. I don't want it to be able to connect through a broadband, because sometimes we have no internet at all. So I still want it to be able to connect to the phone via Bluetooth, hopefully, or Wi-Fi, so she can see who's outside and what's going on outside. So if you guys have any sort of idea of what I'm looking for, because I've struggled to find something that fits the bill really, yep, again, give us a shout, put a link in the comments, and yeah, we'll have a look at that. What else has happened? I've serviced my diesel heater. My diesel heater, I service it every summer, and when I say service it, it's no big deal. Everyone can do the same thing. I use up the diesel in the tank so that the diesel hasn't sat there all year. I pretty much run it down to empty, or not all the way empty, but run down most of the diesel. And what I do is I put it on its highest setting and run it for about 15-20 minutes, just so it can burn off any soot inside the heater. Obviously I don't normally run my diesel heater on full settings, on full power. It's normally quite sort of moderately low, and that's the way I sort of run it most of the time it's being used. So every summer I sort of crank the power up, full power, open the doors and windows to let the heat out, because it absolutely cooks in here. So I crank up the power, turn it up and let it burn off all the soot, and it seems to have done it okay, because it fires up every winter without no issues. So that's something that you guys should be doing as well, I think, or at least you can do if you want to do that. It's no technical thing, it's not hard, and it just sort of clears out the soot over the summer and leaves your diesel heater ready to go for the winter. What else have I done? That's about it really. I've been out and done a little bit of fishing, sea fishing. I think we're planning on going down to the south coast, maybe down to Dorset, Devon, Cornwall way. That seems to be something on the horizon in the next couple of weeks. So you follow us on that trip. And what else are we going to do? Oh, our normal videos will still be going out on Thursdays. Thursdays at 6 o'clock in the evening is what time we're trying to put out our normal travel videos and sort of our normal road zone video. This video here, what we're doing this morning, is just sort of like a Marks Monday of the weekend events. No, for me to moan basically. So thanks for joining me on this. If you want to catch up on the other videos, ring the notification bell. I'll put a link in the description from my visit to the Isle of Skye a little while back, a couple of years ago, and I'll put a link up in the description there if you want to watch that. But I certainly suggest that you don't pay these stupid taxes that they want to bring in. I don't condone those at all. I think it's a bit of a taking the pee, to be honest. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.